All right, see how that goes.
All right, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
How we doing today?
Good.
Excellent. So, here's what we got on the agenda for today. All right, we'll go through our bell ringer number 2. We're going to talk about alternative payment. I got a video to show you here in just a second, about 3 minutes long. We're going to do an online banking activity. We're going to divide you up into groups. We'll do that after our bell ringer and go through our discussion. We're going to give you time to finish your online bank simulator worksheet. Then we're going to take a little online bank quiz. It's just to see what you know and what you've retained. So you're going to have time to do that. It will be open note. And then depending upon our time of that, we may be doing our banking year pod and going through that and doing a reading of a bank statement self-check. Okay? So that's kind of our outline for today. All right? Any questions? Okay. So, first thing that we want to look at and something to think about today is alternative payments. So, what we talked about last class, we talked about checks and developing a check. We're also going to learn about a money order and a cashier's check and the difference between those. So, what we're going to be asking you to do for your bell ringer question, okay, is we want to compare and contrast a money order and a cashier's check. So, the video is about 3 minutes long. We're going to give you time to fill that out, and then we'll ask for a little group discussion after that.
Have you ever wondered what those weird-looking numbers on the bottom of a check mean? Have you ever wondered what those weird-looking numbers on the bottom of a check mean? Or why we have to write out the amount in 2 different places? Even though checks may seem like a thing of the past, many of us still have to handle one at one time or another. But don't worry, in the next few minutes we'll dissect the different parts of a check to gain a complete understanding of what these financial instruments are telling us. So let's begin. Have you ever wondered what those weird-looking numbers on the bottom of a check mean? Or why we have to write out the amount in 2 different places? Even though checks may seem like a thing of the past, many of us still have to handle one at one time or another. But don't worry, in the next few minutes we'll dissect the different parts of a check to gain a complete understanding of what these financial instruments are telling us. So let's begin. Here is a check. Most checks you see will have a different design or size, but all of them contain the same important information. The top left corner lists the owner of the check and their address. The bank where the owner of the check does business is usually listed here. This is important information for those cashing the check, because if you don't have a bank account of your own, you will have to visit the bank listed on the check. The date line is where you put the date when the check was made out. If you are cashing a check, make sure that the date is within the last 6 months, because most checks expire or become void after 6 months. This is called the payee line. This is where you write the name of the person you are giving the check to. Be sure to use spell check though. Nobody likes their name spelled wrong. The amount box is where you write the amount of the check in numerical form, 35.75. This is the legal line. This is where you have to write out the amount in words. Whatever is written here is what the check is legally cashed for, so make sure it matches the amount box. If you're forgetful, the memo line can help you remember what the check was for, or you can always write a little message like, "Happy birthday," or "Sorry for denting your car." Now we venture into these strange-looking numbers at the bottom. The first one is known as the routing number. This special number corresponds to the bank listed on the check, sort of like an ID number for the bank. The second number is the account number. This ensures that the money comes out of the correct account. With a person's account number and personal information like name and address listed on the check, it makes it very important to keep checks in a safe and secure place. If they fall into the wrong hands, your identity and money could be at risk. This last number is the check number, and it also matches the number in the top right-hand corner. This helps a person keep track of how many checks they have written out. It also helps to detect fraud. If you see...
Ever wonder about the difference between a cashier's check and a money order? The price of a cashier's check is about twice as much as a money order. Both are accepted at banks and businesses, as well as by individuals. However, you can only get cashier's checks from a financial institution, such as a bank or credit union. Money orders, on the other hand, are available at check cashing locations, convenience stores, gas stations, drugstores, post offices, and retailers. The limit of the check amount is the big difference.
So, what we're asking you to take 2 minutes, okay? And then what we're looking for right now is compare and contrast that cashier's check versus a money order. Pull that up. Okay, so one thing that we noticed between a cashier's check and a money order, what do we think, Jackson?
Alright, so we got from, oh wait, one from both?
Give me one from either.
Okay, so
one
we
from
got
either.
cashier's check is like twice as expensive.
Okay,
So it's like $10, and then the money order was $5 to get, right?
twice as expensive, so $10 versus money order is $5.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, Michael. What do we think? What was something that you noticed? What was something that you wrote down? How much could a money order go up to? Not sure? Okay. Cassie, it looks like he tossed you. Do you know how much a money order could go up to? Up to 1,000. So you go up to 1,000. Okay? Okay. Now, for a cashier's check, how high can that dollar limit go?
There's not a limit.
There is no limit. Okay? What might you use, you got it. What might you use a cashier's check for? Any guesses?
Car payments.
Who said that?
Car payments.
Car payment. Car payment would be great, right? If I'm buying a car, okay, more than $1,000, might need that. What about like a house, paying for a house or down payment on a house? They typically want a cashier's check. Okay, what that allows you to do is when you have a cashier's check, the bank verifies that you have that amount of money of funds right there. Okay, so why you can do that? It's basically the limit of what's in your account. Okay. What was something else? Colin, what did we take away?
From which one?
Either one. Hit me.
Money orders you can do without a checking account.
Without a checking account. Absolutely. Is that pretty handy if you need money quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Armani, any takeaways on your end? Either one.
They already said what I was going to say.
Which was what?
I was going to say no limit for that one.
No limit. Okay. No limit. Good. Where can you get a money order at?
A gas store?
Yep, gas station. Okay. Grocery store. Okay. A couple of different spots. Where could you get a cashier's check? The bank, right? So when you're looking at some of these, a little bit more expensive, higher limit, going to a bank versus money order, $5 cost, only can go up to $1,000. Don't need a checking account, can go in a wide variety of places to get your money, right? A little bit more accessibility here, there, okay? Now, to give you kind of a story about money orders. So I used to coach college basketball for a number of years, okay? And a lot of my players, okay, because they were on scholarship, they couldn't work a job, okay? So they weren't getting a lot of money come in. But they like to go eat out with their friends. They like to go do things on the weekend. So a lot of times they call their parents and say, hey, even though my parents live in Baltimore, Maryland, I might ask for a money order to get cash for the week or the month. Okay, so they may go there so they could go to a place or a gas station where they could get that money order from their parents. Okay, so that was an option that they did back there, okay, to help pay for some things. All right, but just a little difference between. So there's a couple other ways. We have our checking account. You can write checks out of that. Okay, this one's a little bit more more expensive, but they know that your funds are going to clear because they verify with the bank that they can purchase that stuff. So your mortgage, house, car, if you like to live on a boat, buy a boat, okay? Something with a little bit more luxury that you want to make sure that that clears and people want to verify, that's a great way. If you're looking for cash fast, okay, you need to transfer that to someone else, this is a really great way to do that. All right? Questions on that? Okay. So here's what I need everybody to do now. Can you get me in a line? We'll go from shortest to tallest.
Yeah, you already know.
Okay, right across.
Respect the height. 5'2.5". Respect it.
Dominic, do you have a question? We'll make it shortest to tallest. That'll be the easiest way to do it.
Heavy bro, I'm taller than you. Actually, maybe. I think this should be.
Hold on down. There's no reason more than shortest to tallest. This is the easiest group. You can scoot on down. You gotta fit all of these guys in.
You're shorter.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
She's like a tiny bit older.
Squeeze it over there.
Okay. So I'm gonna count you off. All right, and whatever your number is, that's gonna be your group. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay? If you are a 1, if you're a 1, you're going to be at this table. Okay? If you are a 2, you're going to be at this table. If you're going to be at 3, you're going to be at this table. If you're going to 4, you're going to be at that table. If you're a 5, you're back here. Go ahead and grab your laptop. Okay, and you can bring that to that table. So 1's over here, 2's over here, 3's over here, 4's over here, 5's over there.
Gotta respect it. Did you guys get on the same team?
Okay, so today we're going to do a little group activity. We're going to be learning about online banking. Okay, so in our personal finance banking unit number 3, okay, if you go in and click on the folder that says online banking group activity, okay, group 1, which is right here, you guys are going to be in charge of online personal banking. All right, you have 10 minutes. There's an article with questions we're going to ask you to fill out. Okay, and then we're going to ask you guys to teach the class what you learned based on those questions and that article. Group 2, you have online bill pay. All right, so you're going to find the folder of Group 2. You're going to answer those questions. You're going to tell the class, okay, what is it and why to use it. And you're going to outline those for your questions right here for the class. We're going to have you talk about it. Okay, Group 3, what is direct deposit? All right, so you're going to watch a video on that. You guys are going to answer some questions. You're going to put your answers up here and explain that to the class. Group 4, okay, we're talking about online banking security. Is it safe? Is it secure? Okay, so with the article that you guys have, there's 2 or 3 questions we want you to answer, and then we're going to ask what your takeaways were for that. Okay, and then lastly, Group 5. We're going to talk about going to a cashless society, the pros and cons of that. Do we think it's good? Do we think it's bad? Okay, we're going to ask you guys to do that. So you got 10 minutes each, okay, to read through your article and to answer those, and you guys can talk amongst yourselves, okay, and then we'll have you put your answer on the board.